sign right there, and it says Chalet Suzette Restaurant. And it's also the sign actually also says Chalet Suzette Lane. There's a better shot of the sign there. Famous Chalet Suzette Restaurant Inn. So I guess this is the owner's house, right? You know, there's a car there. They're not answering. I don't know if it's just they can't hear me knocking or anything. Hopefully we're gonna get a nice peek of the property. So if you look at the whole layout, it looks like you've got some buildings starting way over here by that tree. And the buildings kind of sort of swing around this really pretty driveway, and they come down. I think there's a lakeside right here. So it's a collection of buildings as opposed to being one building. And we have not a clue except that there is handicap parking. If you have a pink car, you can park right there. If you were to look at the style that they decorated, what style would you think this is?
Swiss.
A Swiss style chalet. Well, the word chalet is like what, Swiss?
I think it's French.
But okay, so let's take a close-up look at these. See,
there it is, right there.
my issue is that I can never think of the word for what this is. It's a mural, but it's a tile. It's a tile mural. What do you think this thing was, Dave? This little box for maybe a light or something in there. And if you look at, go stand over there. If you look at Dave compared to the size of this building, it looks like a little miniature building kind of, because the edge of the roof line is not, Dave is not 9 feet tall. It's a little short building. The windows are very short in here. You can see it has a National Register of Historic Places sign here. But everywhere in this building, it's got these nice tile mosaics, I guess you would call them. But it feels like it's a small building, because even the second story doesn't seem very tall. And there's another building back here. I'm assuming, I'm gonna look at this and say, maybe these are the rooms back here where the hotel was. Even though, what I'm trying to say is, even though they're two-story, they look smaller than that, actually. I think these are suites, like a little, maybe like an executive suite, like a little house kind of thing. Listen to those bugs. This looks like it's a bigger view. This wire is like, this wire that goes across. I don't know if this wire fell down because it's right at eye level. But you can see the sign here. There's a sign that says gift shop, office, dining, all that way. We left the door open in this building. This one has stained glass windows. It's almost like a little chapel. Looks like somebody might have broke the window open. And it's got stained glass all the way around. I'm not going to go inside, except I'm just putting my doors in. It looks like maybe somebody had taken all the drywall off, but pretty cool. I wonder if Dave's getting wigged out. He's afraid we're going to get busted by somebody. There we are in the window, but look at these little etched buildings in the back of the door there. Pretty neat little artwork there, as well as these buildings all have kind of a fairy tale look to it, like this little, I don't know what that is. It looks like a bathroom or something, but it all has that has a little bit of a medieval feel, doesn't it? A little bit of a fairy tale, like something you'd see in a Disney movie or something. All the little iron works. There's Dave out front there. I keep thinking it's somebody else every time I see him over there. These buildings are all different. Each design of each one of these little motel rooms is different. That stick just hit me in the head. And they're all right next to each other, but they're all separate too. And I think they each have like little names, like you see this one says Rosewood. And this one says Peacock. That one says Bell. If you look right there in the grass right there, you can see like a little white thing. I think that these are landing lights for the private airstrip that was here. Legend has it that you could actually land a small plane, because you can see this open field goes way down there, and it's all level ground all the way down to here, which I guess you could bring like a little plane like a Cessna, and it's right next to the building right here. So Dave tells me that you could land here, eat lunch, stay the night, and fly off with your plane. Here's a close-up of the landing lights here. Looks like this one a little off. I'll fix that there. Not much more than Christmas lights, they almost look like, with a tire around it. But this landing strip is so long, it goes way past where you can even see it, that hill down there. And I think that building on the left is actually what they call the cannery, where they made the soup. So I think this is the back part of the restaurant, actually. You can see there's a little mural. It has like a little castle there, and some kind of like little decorative centerpiece with the sun coming up. It's hard to see now because there's so many leaves and stuff here, but there's a really beautiful brickwork here with the steps leading down. A little hard to see it on camera. There's a nice railing here. You can sort of, in your mind, you can sort of look at this and you can see the landscape as it was before it was sort of overgrown a little bit. Only about 2 years of overgrowth. Very pretty. I'm sure it was a really relaxing spot to come. It's very quiet out here. Very relaxing to come out here. It actually looks like they have some special tiles there that maybe people wrote on the tiles on this wall. You can see these people have actually wrote on the tiles. That one's actually married here. Leonard, Chris and Richard, 10th anniversary. All these tiles with all these memories. This looks to be like a little overlook over the lake. It's kind of, you can see the roofs right here, and it has a little bit of a balcony area where you can kind of overlook the lake if you could see through the trees. A very pretty overlook. I don't know what lake this is, but it's just a really nice area, except for the noise from that garbage truck. What a great view out here. A little sad to see it, go in disrepair. Hopefully something great will happen from this place. It would be really neat to see somebody rebuild it to its former glory. I can tell just by walking around for a few minutes that this was a really, really special place. And it looks like the people who owned it, actually family owned, they took the time to make it a very personable place. It was a family business. You can tell it wasn't a corporate type of place. Very special, individual, like just a one of a kind place here. All the hand done details. It actually kind of looks like a plate in the wall, doesn't it? Like a plate they just kind of cemented in the wall there. Where are you?
I'm back at the car.
Oh, you are? Did anybody come by or anything?
Yeah, we had a couple of cars. One guy drove up to the gate and turned around.
Look at this little basement type area where it goes down these stairs into like a little secret door back there underneath the main building. Do people store their planes, or no? But they can land and.
It's a private public airstrip.
Wow.
So you can, if you're flying by, you can radio in and get permission to land, I suppose. But or if you have to land, you can land. But it's not very active anymore. The only reason
Right.
it was here was the founder's son was a World War II fighter pilot.
No kidding.
So when he got out, he wanted.
He was still flying.
He started flying when he was 13. His mother didn't even know it. He used to hide his airplane in the orange grove. Oh yeah, real stuff. And he's an accomplished gyrocopter pilot. He only crashed 5 of those in the last 4 years of his life. And he had cancer, knew it, and was doing barrel rolls and unbelievable things that he accomplished.
Wow. So to my surprise, a guy showed up in a red truck while I was kind of taking some video of, I guess, the back of the restaurant there. Bob was very nice, just gave me a full history of the buildings, how it started out as just a small house. What he's telling me is it started out as a small house, this little place right here, and then she built on piece by piece. He said it was during the war, there was a building that burned down behind it, and then they brought in scraps from other buildings. Because of the war, they didn't have the supply, so they just took stuff, and he said they had chicken coops in here and horse stables, and this is apparently the restaurant side is the blue building, and he said they just piecemealed it out, which it gives it a very interesting flavor. There was an air base in Bartow. People, they used to come here and enjoy the bar and the restaurant, the people from the soldiers from World War II. So basically, super fascinating. He gave me a real quick, in about 10 minutes, it was awesome. He said the economy just was not supporting it at the time that it closed. He said it used to be always booked, and especially when it was a hurricane, people would like to come out here and stay here because they were safer in the center of the state than they were on the coastal states. But anyway, he was very nice. He said I could walk around. He gave me permission. He's a friend of the family. He said it was okay if I want to walk around. He didn't know if any place was unlocked, but that was, it's sometimes if you just ask when you're doing this stuff, because when I first came in here, I knocked on the door and tried to get somebody to come to the door, but Bob was nice enough to give me permission to take photographs and everything. So an awesome trip. Thank you, Bob. You never know. They said that they tried to sell it. It hasn't sold yet. I don't know if it's on the market. An awesome experience. Sometimes I feel like I'm really lucky to come at the right time, because this could be bulldozed at any time, I guess. If somebody bought it, they might come in and bulldoze. So just fortunate to be here. Fortunate to have you guys along with me, with Dave, who abandoned me and went back to his car because it was too hot. But thanks to Dave for driving me up here. It's in the middle of summer, it's super hot, but I'm super happy. It was an awesome experience. Thank you, Chateau Suzanne, not Suzette. We'll see you guys in the next vlog or in the next adventure. Take care, keep dreaming, we'll see you.
This railroad crossing is down, but there's no and that guy just took off.
All these cars behind Dave are, look at this guy in the truck over here. He's gonna four-wheel it right past us because he's young, and when everybody and their mother is going by, and Dave is breaking the law right now. See the arm right there? The arm is down.
All right, now let's look to the right. Make sure there's not a train coming down that track.
Well, we can see the whole track, so. Here's the tracks that cross right here.
Yeah.
You can see. It's not the typical side to side, so that's a track.
And now these people started going around it.
Yeah, so both sides of and this guy's in a big hurry. So that one, yeah, both sides have triggered what do you call that thing? A railroad crossing arm?
Yeah.
That one's down too, and all this traffic's being held up.
That bus won't go across it. You should go to jail.
There was